Namo Vishnu Padya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sanyavadi Pastata Desatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, and it is a great fortune for me that I have His costless mercy to be able to say something or to participate in this wonderful celebration. So for this, my offering is to His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj is coming from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela chapter 17, verse 266. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela chapter 17, verse 266. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said, Pranati teha behihara aparada saya Nirimala hridaye bhakti karaiva udaya. Srila Prabhupada translation and purport. Offering obeisances will relieve them of all the reactions to their offenses. Then, by my grace, devotional service bhakti will awaken in their pure hearts. The Prabhupada said in the purport, all the sannyasis in the Krishna consciousness movement who are preaching all over the world are regular Brahmana sannyasis. Thus, the so-called caste Brahmana should not object to offering them respectful obeisances. By offering such obeisances as recommended by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they will diminish their offenses and automatically awaken to their natural position of devotional service. As it is said, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabu Nai. Krishna Prema can be awakened in a purified heart. The more we offer obeisances to sannyasis, especially Vaishnava sannyasis, the more we diminish our offenses and purify our hearts. Only in a purified heart can Krishna Prema awaken. This is the process of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult, the Krishna consciousness movement. So it is said here, Nirimala hridaye bhakti kara iba udai. Pure Krishna consciousness can be awakened in the heart of the living entities when one offers obeisances to a sannyasi. So we see how His Holiness Jayapataka Swami is representing this transcendental cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is very, very rare to find someone who has been a sannyasi for 50 years. Generally, according to Vedic system, one will take sannyas at the age of 75. So we have only 25 years to live, if you live up to 100. It is very rare to find someone who is 50 years sannyasi. So Srila Prabhupada has created a revolution. What's the revolution? He created a revolution that young people took sannyas before the age. And His Holiness Jayapataka Swami is one of them who took sannyas before the age. Now we are celebrating his 50th anniversary of being a sannyasi. So what is happening is not just the 50 years, it is a revolution. What is the revolution? The revolution is that His Holiness Jayapataka Swami taking sannyas. That means he has sacrificed all the pleasure that are necessary in this body. He has sacrificed that. Why has he done this sacrifice? The sacrifice is done to create good fortune for other living entities. Not just taking sannyas as the issue. What do we do? How do we affect the people in their Krishna consciousness is the issue. So we have seen that His Holiness Jayapataka Swami has maintained the culture of bhakti, he has maintained what 𝐶𝐤𝐺𝐻 Mahaprabhu established. He has maintained when Prabhupada took it over from 𝐶𝐤𝐺𝐻 Mahaprabhu and established, and Jayapataka Maharaj took it over from Srila Prabhupada and established the process. And today we are celebrating his 50th anniversary of being a sannyasi. Means what? That he is proving how he is a worthy son of Srila Prabhupada and 𝐶𝐤𝐺𝐻 Mahaprabhu, the original founder of ISKCON. So Maharaj's celebration is a celebration of 50 years is in place. He has given us opportunity to see the importance of taking sannyasi, that we have to offer obeisances. By offering obeisances, it's not just a falling down before a person that they in. The issue here is that when one offers obeisances as sannyasis, this is the way we can diminish the result of our sinful activities. Our sins are eradicated. Nirmala hridaya bhakti karaiba will die. Now the bhakti will be established. So Jayapataka Maharaj is establishing bhakti in our hearts by taking sannyas, order of life, and he's preaching, traveling the whole world. It is not a simple task, even at his age and even at his condition. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami is making the history repeat itself. We have heard from the past so many acharyas 5,000 years ago, 500 years ago, who had taken severe austerity, neglecting their self for the purpose of helping others. Today, it is not just what we are reading from the books. You know, something that happened some years ago. Today we have, by the mercy of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, a practical demonstration that Krishna consciousness works. It is not just a formality. It's not just a philosophy. It is practical. It is happening. That we can see a perfect example of a representative of this bona fide process. The cause of 𝐶𝐤𝐺𝐻 Mahaprabhu, which is Krishna consciousness. So we cannot sufficiently glorify and thank His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj for the sacrifice he's making for the whole world to be purified. So I'm very, very fortunate to join all of you in celebrating the wonderful devotional service of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, we owe you our life for the sacrifice you are making. And we beg at your lotus feet that you remain forever pushing this mission and help all of us to strengthen our faith and become fixed in our Krishna consciousness as we are doing. Thank you very much, Maharaj. His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Ki Jai.